From terrifying transformations to systematic, large-scale torture, here are all the moments in Rick and Morty that made the audience feel all types of wrong. We start with the mildly traumatizing moments that only made me feel a little uncomfortable. But worry not, we'll be working our way up to the ones that are pure nightmare fuel.
Shit!
Starting in the proverbial shallow end of horror, in this episode we find out that Rick is being hunted by squid people, and to throw them off his scent, he's created multiple decoys of the family in different locations.
You made clones of us?
Decoys, Morty. Very different. Very different, sweetie.
Different how?
Turns out it's not just Rick. The decoys have been making more decoys.
We might be decoys. Morty, quick.
What do I do?
My failsafe, Morty. My final secret failsafe. It proves I'm real. You have to help me. I'd never joke about this. There's a barcode, Morty. A barcode on the interior of my left ass cheek.
What?
Next thing you know, we've officially spiraled into a decoy war where everyone is out to destroy each other.
Check the closets. They've gone rogue.
Killer
Take out the decoys.
That's how we end up meeting Glockenspiel Jerry.
Hey, who needs all this war stuff? I found a can of varnish.
He's Jerry, but made of wood, cheap and clunky, with joints that could really use some WD-40. When Glockenspiel Jerry's family is found, rather than keep everybody safe, he throws them under the bus and runs away.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask for this. I just want to live, but there's only so much varnish.
We then see him in a post-credit scene. He's flowing downstream, but then some beavers find him, gut him, and make their nest in his stomach. But guess what? He is still alive. Betrayed his family because he wanted to live, so I guess this is poetic justice. After that, there's a flood. He wakes up years later, and he's passed around from one strange universe to another. First taken in by dolphin woodpecker descendants, and then used as a decoration piece and burnt by reptile cowboys. Then, he sees yellow people living in what looks like the Roman Empire, and they're recreating the origin story of Christianity.
Christianity again? After cowboys?
And Jerry's hung right up above this version's Jesus? As awful as that sounds, it also doesn't kill him. I know, what we're all thinking. He had it coming. But this is a terrible fate, even for Jerry. I'm sure he's been punished 10 times over for leaving his family by now, but the poor guy will never catch a break. Or die. Now, on to some weird TV commercials.
You show us your concept of good TV, and we'll crap all over
I
that.
thought you'd never ask.
Hey!
When Rick brings home Interdimensional cable, everyone starts watching themselves in alternate realities and obsessing over the road not taken.
All this time you've been thinking, what if that loser Jerry hadn't talked me out of the abortion? Well, now you know, you'd be a doctor.
A lot of it was pure absurdity, like an ad reel for fake doors.
FakeDoors.com is our website, so check it out for a lot of really great deals on fake doors!
But there was also some pretty bizarre commercials for stuff I can't imagine anyone would want to eat. Not in this reality, at least. One of them was the strawberry Smiggles commercial. At first looks like a regular cereal, it even has its own mascot, Top Hat. In the ad, Top Hat is enjoying a bowl of strawberry Smiggles when two children come up to Top Hat and disembowel him.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Then they feast on his internal organs, which have plenty of strawberry Smiggles inside them. They might be covered in stomach acid, but they're still tasty as hell. Cannibal children. What's not to love? Then there was the Ants in My Eyes Johnson Electronics, a shop run by a blind man with ants where his eyes should be.
I can't see a thing, and also I can't feel anything either. Did I mention that? But that's not as catchy.
He also can't feel pain and sets himself on fire. Imagine having ants in your eyes and not being able to feel anything while running a cheap electronics store. Meaning, not only is he in 24/7 agony, he also works a dead-end minimum wage job. Now that's just real horror.
Our prices, I hope, aren't too low.
But hey, at least he has a job and isn't beating people up over cereal. Then there was the Eyehole commercial. Another crazy cereal with way more annoying mascot, the Eyehole Man.
I'm the Eyehole Man. I'm the only one that's allowed to have eye holes.
He's a tiny, scrawny weirdo in a cape who only exists to beat up anyone who eats eye holes.
Eye holes. Get them today.
I don't think it was possible, but these look even less appetizing than the strawberry Smiggles. The ad is not selling them at all. If anything, it's doing the opposite. Isn't the whole point of a mascot to sell the cereal and not make everyone terrified to try it?
You gotta be careful, Morty. If that guy catches you with the box of his eye holes, he comes bursting in through a window and just starts kicking the shit out of you. But it's worth the risk.
I'd totally get a box of these and fight off the Eyehole Man if they actually looked good, but it's so not worth it. They look disgusting. I feel like they taste like raw meat, slimy and wet. Ugh. And hey, I like tartar and sushi, so that's saying something. Then there was a terrible fate suffered by one of Rick's creations.
Oh, great. Who invited Abradolf Lincler?
Abradolf Lincler. Rick's failed genetic experiment in which he combined Abraham Lincoln and Hitler shows up at Rick, Morty, and Summer's wild house party.
What's up, man?
I have no quarrel with you, boy.
Boy, what's that supposed to mean?
It's just, look, I don't know how you thought I meant it, but
When the entire house gets transported, Lincler goes with the others to get the collection crystals, and I guess they forgot about him and leave him there.
Lincler, come on! Let's get out of here!
my journey is over, Morty.
It gets worse. In the episode's post-credit scene, we see Abradolf being used as a sex toy by the testicle monsters. Or at least, I think that's what they're doing.
Baby! Oh, please, stop!
They all not only use him, they also pass him around like a spliff. Just 2 at first, then 7 of them. Looks like they don't mind sharing, but it's still gross and really kind of terrifying. Imagine being used like that by a weird alien 20 times your size.
Hey, bro!
I don't understand. Are you enjoying this? Do you like this?
Yeah, you know it, dog!
Sheesh. It's like something you'd find in one of the darkest, most godforsaken corners of the internet. Reddit. Morty is super pissed when he finds out Rick gave Summer the attribute slider, because he's always wanted it.
I can't believe he gave you that. I've asked for one forever.
Because you're a bottom feeder, Morty. You beg and eat scraps.
There's a mixer at Jimmy's house, and Summer wants to make an impression, but so does Morty.
My turn. Ow!
Whoa.
That's more like it.
Morty, wait till the girls hear this.
At the party, he steals it, and they both fight, eventually falling into the pool.
Open your mind.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Where the slider fuses them together. When they come out of there, Morty is a Kuato on Summer's body, and he can now only say the words,
Open your mind.
man, this is creepy as hell. Body horror at its purest. It's bad enough on its own to have a creature sticking out of you, but for it to be your own brother? Ugh, no way.
You need to fix this, Grandpa.
Okay, pay up.
What?
Pay up, Best Slice. Thought you killed what you ate.
Rick refuses to unmerge them until Summer does her chores, but then she sees an ad for a club called Mind Openers, with a Z, where other people like her.
I partied with other Kuatos and had the time of my life.
Kuatos rule!
Ugh, whatever.
She blows off her chores and goes there, then gets kidnapped.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm sorry like you have a girlfriend, or I'm sorry like something much worse?
When she wakes up, Morty is gone, and there's just a giant scar where he used to be. She escapes and finds out that Morty was surgically removed and is to be auctioned off to the highest bidder.
He's in the taken house. We're gonna put him on the highest bidder.
Take me to him.
He'll kill me. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'll do it.
It's a giant trafficking ring run by Kenneth, the guy who kidnapped her. I never would have guessed these creepy-looking things would be such a hot commodity. Rick joins Summer and they go to Kenneth's ship to save Morty. Summer breaks down a few doors looking for him,
Open your mouth.
and the other Kuatos look even rougher. It was really uncomfortable to watch detached Kuato Morty sliding around like a slug, especially during the scene where Kuato Morty was sitting on the auction block. Could you imagine turning into that just because you got into a fight with your sister? On to the time the Smith family became cannibals.
Who's ready for Rick's famous spaghetti?
Thursday night is spaghetti night in the Smith house. It's when Rick makes this really good spaghetti with bolognese sauce for his family, and judging by the looks on their faces, it's out of this world.
Rick, I gotta know, like, what's the secret ingredient? God, no, why? Why?
But then one day his secret recipe is exposed. Morty walks into the kitchen and sees Rick scooping another serving for everyone. Not out of a pot, but out of an opened up corpse. Spaghetti wasn't the result of some amazing secret recipe, oh no. It came from the bodies of people who committed suicide on another planet.
On this planet, people that kill themselves turn into spaghetti.
What?
When a spaghetti person takes their life, their bodies release a crazy amount of cortisol that binds with the starch in their bloodstream and makes their intestines turn into spaghetti.
Come on, Morty. Choo-choo plane.
Gross.
Come on.
God damn!
Telling you.
Why? How?
Their cortisol increases the starch content in their bloodstream.
And the surrounding tissues into the spicy sweet bolognese sauce the Smith family couldn't get enough of.
Sauce? More sauce? Oh, we got the sauce.
Turns out the secret ingredient of spaghetti is pain and suffering.
Please feel free to finish, Tanya. It is what you wanted.
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
Morty is, understandably, really put off by this. He feels guilty as hell and tells everyone where the spaghetti comes from.
So, Morty ruined spaghetti night.
Correct.
Summer, it was people.
Surprisingly, they're more annoyed that Morty told them than they are about actually eating people. Damn, that really gets me curious about the taste. Hannibal Lecter, sign me up. After Morty tells people on their planet the truth, they turn it into a whole industry, encouraging suicide and selling cans of the stuff, calling it MortyO's Suicide Spaghetti.
And all of it is thanks to...
Oh, God! I'm a murderer!
Then there was the time Summer turned herself inside out.
What's wrong?
Mom, do you think I'm hot?
I don't think that's something that matters.
Summer gets dumped by Ethan. He leaves her for Trisha, and Summer is convinced it's all because of Trisha's big boobs, and she gets really insecure.
Or could it be her massive stripper titties? There it is.
Rather than find a way to get over it, she decides the best course of action here is to make her own chest bigger. So, rather than doing something mundane like going for breast surgery, she goes to Rick's garage and uses his Morphizer-XE to do the job.
Okay, just a little more on the other side then.
Oh, come on! Oh, jeez!
But rather than walking away with bigger breasts, she turns into a freakishly disproportionate giant.
I'd call that progress.
She's huge!
And normal.
I'm not normal!
When Beth tries to help by using the reverse option on the machine,
Oh, come on. What else could reverse possibly mean?
she makes it worse, and Summer turns inside out, a giant monster without any skin. Teenage years are rough. I'd hate to have access to this kind of tech while going through puberty with all its ups and downs. It's a confusing time, and what Summer needed was some self-love, not a boob job.
Oh my God. I have to go call my mother.
Trisha, wait! Ethan! Hey, it's okay. Sit down.
What makes it terrifying for me is how relatable it is. Anyone in Summer's position would be seriously tempted to do the same thing. On to the time Jerry went through some, let's call them changes.
Jerry makes an egg and it is nice. Oh my God!
Jerry's been Easter claused, meaning he's going to turn into the Easter Bunny.
Jerry, you've been Easter claused.
Oh no! Wait, what?
Rick, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you heard that one right. At first, he feels good, but has trouble drinking and has an unusual craving for lettuce. It quickly escalates into a full were-bunny transformation, and it comes with a hilarious power.
Whoa, what's going on?
Pheromones that make everyone drop what they're doing and start having sex. Rick and Morty go off to find a cure, and they freeze him while they're gone so the transformation doesn't go any further. But it does. Jerry becomes really strong and unfreezes. He also has this newfound confidence that really gets Beth going.
Have I ever told you you're the hottest woman I could imagine?
We gotta wash these sheets.
But when they're about to have a second round, Beth finds a small round boil growing on Jerry's lower back. It's huge, swollen, and has some strands of white hair on it. I would be so turned off. As if that wasn't bad enough, then his teeth fall out.
Oh, my mouth feels weird.
Watching him take them out of his mouth one by one really does something to me. I've had nightmares about this so many times. Even Beth is no longer turned on, just horrified.
Okay, back in the prism.
No! So what? A few teeth fell out while we wait for Rick to get back. Why is that such a big deal?
His legs then bend backwards like a bunny's, and seeing the bones snap and crunch like that. Ugh. I can't. This is so much like what happened in The Flight. Another example of some seriously nasty body horror.
I told Morty, look, parents get divorced, they get sad, he'll be fine, but I think he's worried you're gonna,
Morty thinks that his dad might be depressed and suicidal. So Rick takes Jerry to the Immortality Field Resort for a nice little vacation. That way, even if he tries to off himself, he'll still live because the whole place is covered with an immortality field. What could go wrong? But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, which I'm sure many of you will have figured out by now. A villain here, Risotto Groupon, wants to kill Rick, and he's going to attack when Rick and Jerry go on the Whirly-Dirly, a roller coaster that goes beyond the immortality field.
I'm only asking you to go on a ride with Rick, get off the ride without Rick, and go home to your family, where you can wonder about having a vagina.
Okay. In the struggle between Rick and Risotto's henchmen, the roller coaster breaks free, and the immortality field gets shut down. At that very moment, we see two children playing with a real gun at the resort. Thinking that nothing would go wrong, the kid shoots his sister. And she actually dies. Our poor little boy would have been scarred for life. He didn't mean to do it. He thought he was in a place where they could do all this stuff and it would be harmless. Everyone was killing each other. How could he have known? I genuinely don't know how he'd ever live with himself. I know I'd struggle to. Now, on to the time we got a rare glimpse into Rick's heart. This one got really dark. Rick meets up with an old flame, Unity.
Hello, Rick. Long time no see.
Unity?
She's not one person, but a hive mind collective consciousness.
We need a hang glider and a crotchless Uncle Sam costume, and I want the entire field of your largest stadium covered end to end with naked redheads, and I want the stands packed with every man that remotely resembles my father.
They both have a lot of fun and party like crazy, but when Unity realizes Rick brings out the worst in her, she leaves him. She doesn't give him the decency of a face-to-face breakup, just leaves the poor guy a note.
I lose who I am and become part of you. Because in a strange way, you're better at what I do without even trying. Yours. And nobody else's. Unity.
The 2025 version that will be breaking up over a text or a voice message, impersonal and cold as hell. Rick takes it pretty harshly. He gets super drunk in his lab and kills a tiny creature he had kept frozen. Then he tries to kill himself by holding his head under a death ray. But luckily, he was so drunk he passed out before it could go off and missed. This scene just made me feel so many things. It's too dark, if you ask me. I don't think any of us watching it had any idea until this point just how much pain Rick's in, even though Bird Person did tell Morty about it when they threw that crazy house party. He just hides it so well.
Your grandfather is indeed in very deep pain. That is why he must numb himself.
It was kind of shocking too, because I had no idea he liked Unity that much. He's kind of known for his emotional unavailability. Rick might be the smartest guy in the universe, but he's just like the rest of us when it comes to heartbreak. I have to say, I like Waspbrick way more than I like Sadrick.
What's the matter with you? You don't talk? Tarantula got your tongue? Hail Wasp Hitler? What? What the fuck?
After he dies in an accident and Morty won't follow his instructions to bring him back, Rick resurrects into a few random clones in random dimensions, eventually landing in a reality where he's a wasp, and his whole family is too. At first, everything looks normal, but then dinner is served. The wasp smiths are sitting in their usual places on the table, but what's being served isn't regular food, it's Mr. Goldenfold, Marty's math teacher.
Kill me! Please kill me!
Waspbrick explained to C-137 that wasps eat their prey alive, and they lay their eggs in the victim's eyes so their children can feast on their brains.
We eat our prey alive, and when we don't, we lay our eggs in their eyeballs so that our young can feast on their brains when they hatch.
Yikes. That is very disturbing. As one does, Waspbeth seasons him with acid and takes a bite before a few larvae pop out of his wriggling body.
Run! Run, my baby!
Bonus!
Wasp Morty eats them too, with great relish. As disturbing as that is, it's hilarious that these guys get along better than the human Smiths.
Oh, don't be sorry, sweetie. We're all in this together. We're wasps, not monsters.
Wow. Wasp Rick might be a scary carnivore, but he still loves his family. I don't even know where to start with this one. It's surreal and terrifying as hell. Imagine stepping into a new reality where your math teacher was being eaten by your family as casually as a TV dinner. It's crazy to think this is actually how wasps do it. They really give birth inside their dead prey's bodies so their babies can feed off them. It's what inspired the Alien movie, too. Damn, nature is metal as hell. And so it happens is technology, as we see when Rick gives his spacecraft one simple job.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
Looks like something's wrong with the microverse battery. We're gonna have to go inside.
Rick and Morty go inside Rick's spaceship battery when it stops working. Rick tells his spaceship to babysit his granddaughter while they're gone, and only gives her one instruction.
You'll be fine. Ship, keep Summer safe.
Keep Summer safe.
Keep Summer safe. It does, but not in a way anyone expected.
Keep Summer safe.
A random man approaches to check on Summer, and the ship just slices the dude to pieces with lasers. His torso and limbs are spread across the pavement. When another man comes, Summer tells the spaceship not to kill him, so instead it just paralyzes him from the waist down.
No, stop! Don't kill him!
Confirmed.
Oh God, I can't feel my legs. Help! Help!
Summer is safe.
I don't feel safe.
Summer is traumatized. After seeing what the vehicle's been doing, police surround the spacecraft. Instead of physically harming them,
Incoming!
We got a device!
Bomb! Bomb!
Daddy?
Oh my God.
What the hell?
it forces the policemen to relive their trauma. The ship isn't just physically dangerous and super aggressive. It can read minds too by the looks of it, and knows just how to push someone's buttons.
Daddy, leave the car alone.
What?
Leave the car alone.
Hunter? Go!
Oh my God.
Go stay here, Hunter! No! God, no! Hunter!
Rick's spaceship wasn't just a car here, it was a rogue AI, and Summer being trapped inside with it, I don't know how she did it.
You alright?
Uh-huh.
Then there was the time Beth's imaginary land turned out to be a little too real.
I mean, when I was a kid, I just told myself that Tommy had gotten lost in the magical realm of Froopy Land.
Froopy Land?
When Beth's childhood friend Tommy went missing, she dealt with it by convincing herself that he was fine. He's just in a different world called Froopy Land.
Froopy Land. Was it my best work? I don't know. Does it deserve to be shit on creatively? Yeah, that's right.
Only, she didn't imagine it. Froopy Land actually exists. Rick built it for Beth when she was a child so she'd get a safe place to express her psychotic tendencies, and the neighborhood kids wouldn't be in danger.
You were a scary fucking kid, man.
Oh my God.
I didn't make Froopy Land to get rid of you, Beth. I did it to protect the neighborhood.
Turns out Tommy's still there, and he's passed the time in some pretty creative ways.
Perhaps a demonstration is in order.
No, that is the last thing that was in order. Oh,
Poor
my
Froopy
God.
character. Leave him alone.
Gather round, gang. Dinner time.
Namely, bestiality and cannibalism. He mated with the Froopy creatures, and then ate the half-human, half-Froopy children they gave birth to.
Next item on the docket, I would like to have sex with some of you and then eat the babies.
He was there for decades, and is now the king of the weird, inbred Froopy kingdom. He doesn't listen when Beth tries to convince him to leave that world, but all that time in Froopy Land has made him a bit, well, Froopy.
Tommy, I'm going to take you to the real world.
Well, this is the real world.
No, you don't understand. Your dad... people think your dad ate you.
So, you doy-oy? People should eat people.
This is the only place he knows, and is too old to leave it and start all over on Earth. Kind of like how really old inmates who've been in prison don't want to leave because they have no idea what they do in the outside world. This weird little world that was created to contain a psychotic Beth is the only one he knows. Absolutely horrifying. Let's not forget about Morty's trauma.
Morty, it is time to go. It's almost 9 p.m. back in the real world, and our exit will only work if Mom's in the kitchen pouring her bedtime wine.
Rick throws his 2 grandkids into a simulation to teach them a very important lesson.
Remember, if you borrow his phone charger,
I know.
it's really important you give it back!
Always give Rick his phone charger back. But he falls asleep and accidentally leaves the 2 there for 17 years.
Mom! Mom! Mommy! Get away from me, Rick! Mom! Rick put us in a simulated reality to teach us a lesson about taking his phone charger and not giving him back, and then he fell asleep and forgot about us for the Matrix equivalent of 17 years.
They find themselves in a world that revolves around chargers. Summer does pretty well for herself, while Morty turns into a badass ex-con who joins the army.
I'm alone.
I was too. That's how I like it.
The way it works is, if Morty or Summer die in the simulation, they'll be instantly resurrected, meaning they just can't die. It's like a video game with infinite lives. When Morty goes to fight in a war, he's no longer Morty we know. He's tough now, and not afraid of anything.
We saw you die, man!
I can't die! Ah!
After discovering his infinite life hack while on the battlefield, he's terrified but goes back in there, charging headfirst every time. Because that's what you do when death's just not on the table. It was horrifying watching it. There's no way out of this for Morty. He's stuck there, and just like Glockenspiel Jerry, he's trapped in this existence.
We got him. Osama bin Chargin is dead.
Full hearts, full charge.
I think not being able to die at all is terrifying. Knowing you're on this earth with no way out doesn't seem like all it's cracked up to be.
I'm gonna rip out your spleen and feed it to your husband.
Uh-oh, wouldn't want that.
Yikes, Morty. We better run before it figures out what a husband is.
Rick and Morty are at a horror carnival on another planet, but nothing is scaring them. These 2 have just seen it all and become desensitized. I mean, I would be too if I had to bury myself in the backyard of my own house after destroying my home planet.
Did I hear you fellas wishing for some good old-fashioned scares?
I mean, I more wish you wouldn't eavesdrop.
Yeah, who are you?
But then a man approaches them and introduces them to the Hole.
Well, it's definitely a hole. They weren't lying about that.
Is that hair? Seaweed?
A creepy-looking hole in the floor that's kind of like a psychological horror roller coaster. When you jump in, it manifests your biggest fears. To get out of it, you have to confront those fears. If you're still alive, you get to put your picture on the wall. How nice.
And I conquered that fear by walking away.
Okay, fine.
You little turd!
Morty has some sort of adrenaline rush and jumps right in. He's immediately attacked. A monster opens his stomach up with scissors and tries to stuff him with maggots. It was seriously terrifying, and I too would have shat myself.
Oh, jeez, oh, God,
man.
Oh, jeez.
We both shit our pants.
Christ,
what a fucking ride.
My butt, maggots in my butt.
Fuck yeah, on the wall, motherfuckers.
Meanwhile, Rick bonds with Diane and falls in love with her all over again.
Rick? What the fuck, Grandpa? Say something.
Okay, we're clearly still in the
That's
hole.
Exactly what I was thinking.
He never left the hole?
Rick's theory is that Morty's afraid that if Rick becomes happy, he'll abandon him, and they won't go on adventures like they used to.
This is my grandson. Don't look at his pee-pee. Instead of staring at Morty, put your eyes on me.
But Rick leaves the hole after seeing how it was killing them. He cared more about Morty than about being with Diane.
Keep that fear. If you don't, you'll kill me. Again.
I know, but I don't have to kill Morty too.
How do you know he's even real? Look at his weird little balls.
Which proved Morty wrong and freed him from his fear. Now, for the time Morty was targeted by a creep.
God, Morty, what a boring start to an adventure. Why don't we just go to Kentucky?
Rick and Morty are adventuring in an old-timey medieval universe. They plan on stealing money from a giant who lives in the clouds, and then are giving it to poor villagers.
Holy crap!
Boy. He looks pretty bad down there, Morty. Looks like he's bleeding out.
After their mission gets them arrested and later freed, they stop at a tavern.
For real, man, time to pull out.
You keep heckling my adventure, Rick. You know why?
Because it's lame?
It's because you're petty.
Morty doesn't like Rick's negative attitude and goes to the bathroom, needing some space from his grandpa. Weird creature named Mr. Jellybean approaches him, and he seems harmless at first.
How are you today? I'm Mr. Jellybean.
Hi, Mr. Jellybean. I'm Morty.
Then he presses Morty's shoulders.
Yeah.
Which immediately makes the poor kid super uncomfortable. The drool slipping out of Mr. Jellybean's mouth while he holds Morty down is enough on his own to make me squirm. I don't get grossed out that easily. As if this isn't terrifying enough on its own, let's not forget, Morty is just 14. It's creepy as hell to think this isn't just a cartoon, it's showing something that, unfortunately, happens way more than it should. But where the hell is Rick?
Sweet home Alabama! Woo!
Yeah, not exactly Grandfather of the Year. After beating him up, Morty, still clearly shaken, goes back to Rick, who then sees a banged up Mr. Jellybean leaving the bathroom, meaning, yeah, every parent's worst nightmare. But it gets worse. This guy isn't just some random predator in a bathroom.
We would like to introduce you to our beloved king so that he may thank you personally.
He's the king over there in that world. We see him after Morty whoops his ass and he's being carried on his throne. His face still bruised and beaten.
Rick, portal, hurry!
Rick shoots him right before they leave, finishing the job. Definitely one of the more satisfying deaths on the show. Now, on to the time Rick and Morty abandoned their universe.
Hey, Jessica?
What's up, Morty?
What are you doing?
Morty really wants Jessica, so he asks Rick to make a potion that'd get her to fall in love with him.
There's no dangers or anything or side effects, right?
Whoa, what am I, a hack? Go nuts, Morty. It's foolproof. Unless she has the flu.
Would have been simple, if only she didn't have the flu. The love potion piggybacks on the flu's germs and goes airborne, meaning one sneeze and the entire town falls madly in love with Morty.
Morty, come on, we gotta get you out of here.
Rick's efforts at reversing it backfire, and he turns everyone into praying mantises, then to bizarre alien-looking creatures called Cronenbergs.
Okay, well, sometimes science is more art than science, Morty. A lot of people don't get that.
This is when Rick finally accepts that this isn't working out, and it's probably best to leave this universe and find another one.
Get 1 screw turn, and 2 screw turns, and... Alright, Morty, here we are.
He finds an alternate timeline in which he and Morty just died, so they can sneak in and take over their place. They land in their new universe and see their own damaged corpses in the garage, which they then have to bury.
Rick, what about the reality we left behind?
What about the reality where Hitler cured cancer, Morty? The answer is don't think about it.
This was one of the show's darkest, if not the darkest, scene. Morty's super shaken up. Morty buries himself. Literally. Not figuratively, just there in the back garden. There's no getting back from that kind of trauma. He just wanted to get a girl, and I get that, but his lazy attempt destroyed the entire planet. Rick was unfazed by all of this. He cracks open a beer like it's just another evening. Hell, for him, he's probably done this before and been used to it. Who knows how many dead Ricks and Mortys are buried across the multiverse. Still, I'd rather bury myself than be strapped on a wall and tortured.
Earth Rick C-137, the Council of Rick sentences you to the machine of unspeakable doom.
Rick is accused of murdering 27 other Ricks. He knows he didn't do it, so he's not too worried when the council members come to take him away. But when they inspect his portal gun, he looks pretty damn guilty.
But it appears you alone have been going to the exact timelines and locations in which the murders occurred. What?
Before they can arrest him, he and Morty escape, going on a quest to find out who's really behind all of this.
Oh shit, dog! My portal gun was hacked remotely, Morty, obviously by the real killer to frame me, but I was able to trace the signal. Come on, let's go!
Surprise, surprise. It's another Rick. Evil Rick.
God, Rick, look! There's a bunch of people strapped all over that building!
Not people, Morty. Mortys.
When they get to his lair, they see a ginormous wall with hundreds of Mortys strapped to it, row after row, being restrained and tortured with giant metal blades poking into wounds in their sides.
Why would somebody do this? It's horrible!
Well, one Morty's enough to hide from the bureaucrats, but you get a whole matrix of Mortys and put them in agonizing pain. That creates a pattern that can hide even from other Ricks, motherfucker.
Rick explains that since he's the smartest guy out there, his brainwaves are easily detectable, which can let anyone find him. But when he has a Morty around, who's not the sharpest tool in the shed, the Morty brainwaves cancel Rick's out and make him undetectable. This is why evil Rick has so many kidnapped Mortys being tortured non-stop 24/7.
Ah, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it looks like payday at Neverland Ranch in here. Zing!
It's like the Matrix, where people were harvested in pods and being used to power machines. Morty is horrified, and so am I. He questions whether his grandpa really loves him, or just keeps him around to protect himself.
You don't care about me at all! I'm no different than that jacket you've got on! Or your stupid portal gun! I'm just a tool! I'm just an object!
The wall looked like something straight out of a horror sci-fi movie. I can't even imagine how traumatizing seeing this would have been for the little guy. Watching hundreds of versions of you be tortured and finding out you might be nothing but a tool to protect your grandpa by masking his brainwaves because, on top of everything else, you're dumb. And that's all for today's video. Which of these moments was the most terrifying? Did I miss out on any? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Before you go, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Otherwise, you'll be Easter claused. Yikes.